You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Total Divas After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Total Divas After Show.
That's right, we're back for another Total Divas After Show here at AFTERBUZZ TV. This is Season 2, Episode 4, Inhale, Exhale. I don't know who's doing what, but maybe Rosie doesn't need to do it.
This has a little tone behind it.
That's how I do it.
I am Kaori Takee, and joining me is this wonderful panel, starting with Danielle Pascente right next to me.
Yes, hello, thank you.
As well as Charlotte Broadbent.
What's up?
And of course, the Rose, Christian Rosenberg.
Hello, hello, how are you?
Good, good, good. I'm so excited to be talking about this particular episode.
Yes.
Some good stuff going on.
Juicy episode. It was.
Yes, it was. All right, so we started off with Nattie, and she's having brunch with the Bellas and Cameron, and her nose starts bleeding. Yeah, so basically, the aftermath of
Summer slapped
Summer,
her good, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering how a slap could break a nose.
Yeah, right? Like, was it more of a punch or? But
Right.
I mean, it looked like a slap, but how does a slap do that?
I've rewound it multiple times just to see.
Yeah.
And it looked like a hard slap, but I don't know about, I feel like it would have to be a punch to really knock her.
Right.
I don't remember her hitting much of the nose in the slap.
It kind of
was
went.
It kind of like
skid.
just had like the top of it.
Okay, I like how you guys were like, it's kind of like this.
For those people that are just listening to iTunes, they have no idea what we just described.
It was awesome. The ladies were reenacting the slap with their own hand.
They were slapping themselves. Yeah, you guys, just go ahead.
But yes, apparently it's a lot more severe than I ever expected it to be. When they went to the doctor, he said something about septum is convex and her other side is concave. So it's not.
I'm sorry, I don't think that's from a slap.
Yeah.
That could be from many, many, many years of, I don't know, wrestling
And
and getting smacked in the face.
So the slap triggered it or something?
And when he
Maybe.
said septum, deviated septums are so common. So it could have been just an issue she had already.
Well,
I'm not saying, but.
Deviated septum is the celebrity excuse to get a nose job.
Exactly.
I'll say it.
You said it. I didn't.
She's a reality star now. Just saying.
It's true.
But I did want to mention at brunch how Nikki was showing off her shoes.
Ugh, I want a pair of Louboutins
Yeah, those
so
were
bad.
amazing.
And she got 3.
3 different colors. So we'll get to that later, that John Cena is the man and loaded with a crap ton of money. He can literally buy whatever he wants, when he wants, to please his woman.
Yeah.
But let's get back to Nattie.
Jealous.
I know. Right? Well,
I know.
So long as he's a good man, though. So long as he's a good man. So Nattie is, throughout this episode, she's struggling with whether she should do their match at not WrestleMania, at TLC, because she's booked by Mark Carano to do her TLC pay-per-view, and that's a huge deal for her, for a Divas title match. But with her nose problem, she's hesitant on whether she should be taking this on or not.
At the time, that pay-per-view was held in December, and that was Nattie's first one-on-one Divas title match on a pay-per-view in over 3 years. So
Oh, wow.
she's been waiting a while to get that spotlight.
Yeah.
And then she gets nosebleeds.
And, you know, I do want to add that she does mention that she's a little upset with Summer Rae, but I'm kind of glad that it wasn't a Summer Nattie-centric episode where she wasn't totally bashing her and blaming her for the whole thing. When they had a match, she asked Summer not to hit her nose or hit her in the face, and Summer ended up hitting her in the face anyway. But I was kind of like, oh, great, they're going to talk about how Summer pulled another bitch move, but they didn't. They didn't talk about that. Nattie was just more concerned about how her nose was. So.
And honestly, stay away from my face. Like, if that was, well, I guess because they know who's going to win beforehand. But for me, being the athlete, I would be like, okay, she's telling me to stay away from my face, so that's obviously a sore point, so I'm just going to hit her in the face so I can win.
Yeah.
But you already know who's going to win before, so I guess that doesn't work. My theory doesn't work, but
yeah.
In wrestling, it might not work, but at the same time, Nattie also knows, being that she's been in the business for so long, that wrestlers they're very dependent on whether it's weight or height or things like that. They have certain moves that they're pretty much told to do all the time. In the case of Summer Rae, she is, I believe, the tallest diva with the longest legs. Therefore, you have to give roundhouse kicks and put boots to faces.
Tallest?
Her and Alicia Fox are the two tallest divas.
Wow, Summer Rae, the tallest. I didn't think about
how
that.
tall is she? 5'11"?
She's pretty close to 6 feet. I don't know the exact height. Maybe 5'10" to 6
funny
feet,
because she
somewhere in
doesn't
there.
look that tall.
Yeah, she doesn't look that tall.
Well, I know she has the longest
Her
legs.
legs look long.
She has the longest legs.
She does have nice long legs.
I could be way off. Someone in chat room is probably going to say she's 5'5". I don't know, but
We're totally. You know what was weird to me is how clueless she was when Summer Rae was like, "Why should I stay away from your face?" It's like,
did Nattie not tell her that she had a serious problem with her
That's
nose?
true.
But
you wonder.
But because Nattie didn't want to tell Summer because she didn't want Summer to have the upper hand. It was a pride thing that they were talking about during brunch. Yeah.
Got it.
That Nattie didn't want Summer to know that her nose is all messed up.
Makes sense.
But yeah, she's debating, and TJ was really supportive in this episode, trying to help her decide what she wants to do, whether to take this TLC opportunity or to fix her nose. And after everything was said and done, she decides to take on the Divas title match against AJ Lee at TLC. And she did get hurt a little bit, but she still thought it was worth it. What did you guys think of this storyline? Or real life line, whatever.
I think it was worth it for her. I mean, she wanted that spot and she kind of just went after it like a beast. She was like, I'm going to do it. This is going to happen. And she did it. So at least she did it. I know it wasn't the outcome she wanted, but.
How is it decided who wins?
Creative. The creative directors, based on they don't just decide, okay, we're going to do this thing today and not know what they're going to do tomorrow or anything. Like they have now things can change. Like they'll make changes as close as an hour before the show starts. So who knows? I mean, Nattie might have been penciled in to be winning that match until the last minute. They're like, oh no, we're going to have AJ retain the title a little longer because it'd be good for Total Divas to see her lose or win or whatever it may be.
Okay.
When it comes to matches like that and having like to compete when you're hurt, the biggest thing with wrestlers is unless they physically like cannot move, or in this case with Nattie, if she couldn't breathe through her nose, they are performing. If they do not, due to some other minor injury, well, in wrestling terms it might be a minor injury. To us it's probably a serious injury. They'll be thrown like off storylines or things like that because like, all right, you clearly can't take it. There was a wrestler about 6 to 8 months ago who in a match on TV, he dislocated his pinky finger. Obviously that hurts like hell, but it's something where you can still technically continue a match. You can tell the guys, okay, I'm hurt, we have to finish the match. But instead he told the ref, stop the match because I'm hurt, and the referee stopped the match. And that guy was then off TV for several months and eventually released.
Oh, wow.
They make it seem pretty cutthroat.
Well, here they do.
Yeah.
Is it really like that though? If someone's injured and they really can't perform,
if it's something like that they cannot perform, like if it's if someone has a broken arm, they're not going to have them go out there, and obviously they're going to let them heal.
It's true what Nattie was saying on the show, that she's worried that she's going to miss her opportunity. You snooze, you lose. A lot of times it happens. Like Trinity was injured and I don't know if she was supposed to win, but she was supposed to have a match in a previous pay-per-view and she didn't get that.
But
that might have affected her.
But her injury was a broken orbital bone that could have permanently ruined her vision.
What's that?
Well, yeah, but
like a broken eye.
I'm not
like
talking
around
about
the eye.
I'm not talking about the level of the injury. I'm talking about just having any kind of time off could affect your future there.
Yeah,
it is
all make
cutthroat
it
in
a
that
point
sense.
to say that. Like, I can't be injured. I can't tell.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is, it's even more cutthroat in the female division than the male division.
Yes, because they basically only have one match every Raw or every SmackDown, whereas the men have a lot of different
All the others.
storylines going on
Yeah.
and a lot of different championships to get. But there's only one Divas championship. So for me, I felt that this injury was a little exaggerated because she didn't seem that hurt. I didn't see that much bleeding. I saw red in her nostril, but
And I didn't
And
get
she really was like holding.
when she was going like this, I didn't get what they were showing.
right, I didn't either.
I was like, what?
I think if anything they were showing that, like, as I'm trying to, again, just like how you guys point to my face when people are mainly listening, how I guess like the nose, obviously, the bone that goes all the way down, and she was able to push the nose to the side farther than you normally could. That was my guess.
I think she
like
just
it
got
depends
hit
how-
in the face.
I think she just
and
bonked
that
her nose.
hurt,
Yeah.
And it makes you cry.
But she didn't even notice that she had this injury or issue until the Bellas noticed at brunch that her nose was bleeding.
Yeah.
And then it became a big thing, and anxiety ensues and all that stuff. But at the end, she was happy with her choice.
Play through the
Happy
pain.
camper.
Yeah, I probably would have done the same thing as her.
Yeah.
Because my nose wasn't broken. She can get her nose job later.
Yeah.
She'll always be able to fix it, too, at the end of the day. Like, if she got hit, okay, well, I have to go to surgery anyway.
Exactly. That's a good
Exactly.
point.
Plastic surgery can do wonders these days. She can always get that face fixed.
It's true.
No, it's true. I'm actually 58 years old.
You look 58 years old,
Thank
though,
you.
so that's not a surprise.
Thank you. I'm told I look like I'm 16 for crying out loud. I didn't even. My hair's getting too long, so I didn't spike it up today. And I look even younger than normal.
Well, you know what you guys can do is you guys can stop over to iTunes or YouTube and comment and let us know, does Christian look 58 years old?
Or 16. 58 or 16.
Or does
There's
he
no in
sound?
between.
Yes, just let us know. Drop a comment, rate us some 5 stars. 5 stars are great. We like to watch, not watch. We like to listen, not listen. We
Read?
like to read.
Third time lucky.
I'm going through all the different verbs.
We like to feel. No, that's not it.
No, touch.
Taste? No.
Yeah. We like to do all those things. We would love to do all those things with you. But in the meantime, we'll read your comments, respond, keep the conversation going. Stop over to iTunes or YouTube. And yeah, let's move on now. Let's talk about Trinity, because Trinity, like her home slice Cameron or what? Ariane.
I liked that home slice. Yeah.
Also has a music background, but she's not just a musician. She's also a dancer. She's creating her music video that's going to go along with her single that she's about to release. She's got some issues as well, and that is that her outfit is rhinestoned in the front, brought to you by Sandra the seamstress, and empty in the back. So they're going to spend all night working on this outfit for the music shoot in the morning. And then there's a lot of things that happen throughout the music video. They're struggling, and her storyline is that she's not sure she can get through it because her outfit rips, and then the cops come, and
Part of her weave falls out.
yeah, her weave falls out. I mean,
That was fun.
That was
The
like
whole
a
mess.
terrible day for her, honestly.
But she looked hot.
Yes, she did.
oh, she's such a good dancer.
She's an amazing dancer. I did not see that coming.
All the
Truly,
tricks she was doing and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming either. I didn't know she had that much in her because she can wrestle and she can dance. I was wowed. And Cameron wasn't really by her side this episode.
Well, she
which I'm used
wasn't. She
to.
wasn't there really at the video shoot, but Jimmy/John was. In fact, he was the one she was dancing with in the video.
Yeah.
Well, thank
I
goodness
liked
for
that.
Jimmy. Okay, well, thank goodness for her fiance/husband now, because he's the one that helped her gain that confidence to really take that final stretch in. So that was really good. But you liked her music.
I really liked the song, and I loved the dancing. I think she's an incredible dancer, but I
Yeah.
also think all the stuff that went into it, they did it right. They filmed a full music video. She's got the backing. She has the dancing. I think it'll be a hit, but who knows? And you see later on in the episode, you know, when she's talking to, I don't remember who it was.
Brodus Clay.
Yeah, but he liked it too.
Oh yeah. Oh, his real it's
And the
I think
Bellas.
George something. I don't remember his last name though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Brodus Clay actually used to be, before he was in WWE, he was Snoop Dogg's bodyguard. So he has
he has those
all,
connections.
he has all those
And
connections.
he and Nattie, he and Trinity are actually very tight. They're very close.
Because they came on TV together. Brodus Clay would come out, and Naomi and Cameron were like his dancers that would come out with him.
Okay, got it.
When is the song's out, right? Or was it released?
I don't
We were
know.
talking about this. It's on, you can listen to it on YouTube, but I don't think it's on iTunes yet. I didn't check, but I was just looking on YouTube for it.
Okay, so Cameron's or Naomi's music, Trinity or Ariane's music.
Do you think it could? Do you think that's going to develop?
Trinity, yeah.
Well, it's just Trinity, just by her personality. I don't even have to hear the songs. Well, one of the songs is called "Boy Bye." I'm listening to the other one, but do you think they could actually release both songs around the same time to create a storyline on Monday Night Raw?
That's very possible, but I don't know what kind of storyline that would create. That would cause interest.
One of them gets jealous that the other one's song was more successful.
I can't imagine them separate. You know what I mean? I can imagine one being.
Oh, Trinity's ready to be on her own.
Well, yes, but I'm just not ready to see that happen just yet. Even if she is a Divas champion, I'm not ready to see that happen. The split. But now I lost my train of thought.
I like
'cause
it,
I'm
the
thinking this way.
Funkadactyls.
Yeah.
Yes,
I like
the
them together.
Have you been watching?
A little.
Nice. That's so cute.
We're slowly converting another one.
She's like Funkadactyls. Oh, that's so cute.
You're next. You're next.
I at least go online and do the research and stuff, so.
That's a start.
I'm getting
That's a
there.
start.
I like the Brodus Clay cameo because he really put that in. He really set the tone that yes, this is a great single.
Yeah.
And that gave her the final ingredient to make her feel, yeah, I did a good thing.
Completely. And I think the way that people reacted to Trinity's song was a lot different and more positive and a lot more serious than they reacted to Ariane's.
Yeah,
But-
that's true.
And Trinity, the way she is, I feel like is humble. She doesn't have to overboard talk about it and come in and be like, guess what I did last night? I filmed a music video. You know, she just did it and people were listening, but she wasn't
Well,
over
she
the
wasn't
top
she
about
wasn't like, hey, can you listen to this?
And
Yeah.
it also helps that her Jimmy, John, whatever, Uso, he
Too many
he
names.
was the one that was pushing it and like, oh, listen to this, listen to that. Whereas I don't think Vinny, which we haven't seen this season.
Oh, where
We really
has
haven't seen, like, any
been?
Vinny.
Where have you been, Vinny? Come
Yeah.
back.
He's busy filming his spinoff.
But Vinny isn't really around in WWE after, well, we saw his
Well, he's not employed.
struggles
He's not employed by
last-
WWE.
Well, yeah, but he's just not. Or even he doesn't even hang out with any of them to be able to promote Ariane.
By the way, Vinny, we want you on the show. So if you're hanging out,
We've tweeted you.
come on by.
Yes.
Can we give Sandra some time here?
Yeah, I mean, we
I
talked
love
about her
her.
last week, and she is so underrated. Because
Yeah. I want forget Vinny. I want Sandra on this
Yeah,
show.
let's get Sandra on
She
the show.
holds it together, and she makes phenomenal costumes. I wish I had a seamstress like that. The things I would be wearing, I wouldn't mind having a backless, no rhinestones in the back thing.
Yeah, I'd be down with that.
And with all the girls, then just pretty much like as soon as she like has this thing, who knows how long she's worked on it? It's like,
Yeah.
no, you need to fix this.
Yeah.
Just like with like, it almost sounds like
Right.
no gratitude. It's just like, wow,
Yeah.
poor freaking Sandra.
By the way,
Sandra, and she doesn't take it either, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
I think how Trinity was claiming on the show that she did all those rhinestones that night by herself.
no way.
Nope. I don't believe that. There's
Me
no
either.
way.
Oh, no way in hell.
No.
Like having this little glue stick and doing all
It
that.
takes forever. Rhinestoning
Yeah.
have you ever rhinestone
there's
things?
no way.
It takes forever.
The whole back of that. There's no way. They needed to be like 5 people doing that.
At
like
least.
each person have a little corner and then.
And then maybe they know how to place it and
Right.
glue it and everything. So
I
I'm
think she
calling
called
you guys
Sandra and was like, "I'm really sorry. Please come help me."
out. Yeah.
Please come help me, and then come back the next morning. And let's pretend like you never were here.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You didn't do it. Yeah.
All right, so now let's get into the most interesting storyline, in my humble opinion. Nikki is a real estate agent. She just got her.
That's new.
Yeah, that was.
Nikki's a real estate agent now.
She is. She just got her license.
I feel like this episode of Saved by the Bell, where all of a sudden, like next week, Zach's apparently a Grammy Award winning singer. And it's just like all of a sudden, now you're this incredibly talented thing.
And she's the most clothed we've ever seen her. That was nice to watch her look clothed, I guess. She tries to sell this house that she absolutely adores. And, well, I'm just going to cut to the chase, but John Cena's running around, not telling her what's going on. He's not paying attention. He's on his phone all the time, on his laptop, not looking at her boobs, whatever. And it's frustrating her that she's not getting nookie. He goes to the gym, but he's not really at the gym. She spies on him and finds out he's not at the gym. She confronts him, thinks that they're cheating. And then he says, look, girl, I'm not cheating. You liked that house that you were going to sell, so I bought it. And I'm moving to San Diego to hang out with you. What?
Okay, firstly, while this is still in my brain, so because she sold the oh no, she didn't sell the house.
So
she doesn't get a share. Okay.
Yeah, that would have been odd.
Yeah.
Secondly, okay, so he's been sketchy for like a week. It would take probably a month for me to follow well, I wouldn't follow someone, period. But it would take me a lot longer to follow someone, and I was just like, whoa, crazy. Like, hold the phone.
Yeah, she was
There were a lot of things at once. So I felt like it just caught her off guard because that's not how he usually acts.
But if you're going to cheat, I feel like you hide it a little.
I wasn't surprised by how he acts. I feel like, dude, maybe I've had bad men in my life, but are they just not attentive or something? Because I
didn't think it was a big deal either.
Yeah.
I thought the only thing was when he wasn't at the gym.
Yeah.
But she'd followed him, so she knew that he wasn't at the gym.
But
so
to accuse him of cheating was where I was like, whoa, you really took that next step overboard. I thought he was getting a ring or something. I mean, he was on his computer.
You could have been like, oh, I drove by the gym and didn't see your car. Where were you? Not just like, you're cheating on me.
Jumped really fast, and that's what I'll say.
He's so calm though. He did not get angry. He was like, I'll get her later. I'll get her later. I won't even be angry or throw it in her face.
Nikki has really proved the last few weeks, and I hate saying this because I love Nikki. I love her in the ring. I think she's gorgeous. I think she actually seems like she has a really good personality. You are insanely insecure. Yeah. Nikki, John Cena is like the forefront of so many charities, including Make-A-Wish. Do you think that he is going to cheat on you while being filmed on a reality show?
She knew he wasn't cheating.
I mean, it's just ludicrous to think, yeah, I get it. Athletes can cheat once in a while. Not when you're filming a television show, especially not one where it's a television show and this guy just does all this charity stuff. Because this would completely ruin him if all of a sudden he was caught on a reality show cheating on his girlfriend.
By the way, since this is on my mind right now, she did mention at one point when she's 40, she wants to be so rich and buy him a house, or not a house, a car, like Lamborghini.
A car, yeah.
And I thought to myself, so did she decide that she is going to forego marriage and children?
Good point. Nice observation.
I thought about that.
You can have a car seat in a Lamborghini, right?
Well,
that's a really good point, though. Has she decided that she's going to stay with him no matter what?
Mm-hmm. And I worry for her because it might conflict eventually. Because if that energy is that strong in her where she wants those
definitely
things,
is going to cause a rift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, obviously she's entertained by the luxuries he has to offer. He's buying her them a place.
I know, right?
But he's getting rid of the castle in Tampa.
I don't think he's getting rid of it.
He said he was selling it.
Yeah, he said he would
was selling it?
But she doesn't care.
No, I care. I love that. I want to visit that house. I want that house. That house was amazing.
Yes, it was. So before you sell it, invite us over.
Yes, please.
Let's do an exclusive interview on location.
Perfect.
In Cena's former house.
So I think Nikki must have felt a little dumb after all that happened.
She should have felt like a moron.
I hope so. I mean, would you?
Yeah.
And then how do you apologize to John? That's my question.
There was no apology.
There was no apology.
Yeah.
I don't think he needed an apology because he's such a, I guess you could say, man, that he felt showing her this and her being kind of embarrassed about it. I don't need to throw it in her face, which is nice.
Yeah.
because some guys will throw shit in your face. Excuse
Completely.
my French. But
He's too old for that. I mean, no offense. I mean, but seriously, he's a man. He understands. He's not going to be like, let's retaliate, you know?
yeah, I mean, he knows and she knows that she shouldn't have been sneaking around. And I'm kind of worried that that might happen in the future episodes or in their relationship. She should not sneak around. She has no business spying on him.
No.
And like Bree said, that's the first sign of not trusting the person. But then she went along anyway.
And she went and she broke out in tears right away.
Yeah.
And it's like,
she's like, my life is over.
You really think that he's cheating on you?
She was so quick to jump to that. That's what shocked me the most. Do you have no trust at all? Has he given you any reason not to trust him?
That's what, yeah. Until you give me a reason not to trust you, I'm going to trust you.
Yeah.
Has he really given her, like, yeah, she might be insecure about him breaking up with her or something like
or
that.
Or not proposing
but,
or not having kids.
But not cheating.
Yeah.
And again, not to be tooting Cena's horn, but when she accused him right then and there that you're cheating, just the way he responded, very calm, like, you're ridiculous. That's not what happened. I just commend him for that.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
I do.
Completely.
Guys, you should.
Great guy.
Because if you respond with that kind of attitude,
like just
temperament,
very relaxed.
the girl can't go off on you
Yeah.
anymore. Like, oh, well, okay,
Totally.
we'll figure this out later.
It's the defensive men that are cheating.
It's true.
True. All right, guys.
What do you think over
We got
there?
our little.
No, I just want to point out for people listening. Thankfully, they were not looking or pointing at me when they made that statement. I'm in the clear as far as I know. All right, that's all.
So, is there anything else about this episode that we want to talk about?
I found it funny that Ariane at the beginning with Nattie with the bloody nose was freaking out about blood, like that little bit of blood around the nose. Like, you work in professional wrestling.
It wasn't just Ariane though. The Bellas were freaking out too.
But Ariane was just like, ooh, I can't look at blood. It's like, you work in wrestling.
But I think Nikki and Bree were also doing the same equal kind of exaggeration when Nikki was, I can't eat breakfast right now, or whatever. So it was just
okay. Then shame on all.
play. I admit I would be a little grossed out. I get grossed out when people are hanging out with that tissue up their nose when they're bleeding. You know what I'm talking about? It's
Yeah.
like, all right. Cool. At least we're not eating. What else do you guys got? Anything else before we move on?
I don't know. I think that's about it for
All
this
right.
episode.
Well, let's move on then to lots of news.
Lots of news and gossip.
Yeah.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Well, first of all, this past Friday, Bree, Bella, and Bryan Danielson officially got married.
Yay!
Congratulations.
It was so pretty, the picture.
Very pretty. I have some pictures up that we will be putting up as soon as our girl Roya can.
It's up on their screen.
Oh, it's up on their screen. There they are.
Hey, look at
Beautiful,
those.
beautiful wedding.
Oh, there you go.
There they are. Look how
Now,
great
I love
they
this.
look.
At a wedding, he's wearing sneakers and jeans.
Yes.
That is
how-
the greatest thing ever.
That's how I want my man to do it too.
She is, all decked out, gorgeous, like beautiful wedding gown,
Stunning.
and he's in like a blazer from the Gap, jeans and sneakers.
Is
Do
she
we expect
wearing
any different from him?
No, I love
know,
it.
Right?
Does she have heels on? Because I've seen weddings where the guy's wearing like Chucks, and so
Chucks.
is the girl.
Yeah.
Under the dress.
I don't think she does, only because he's not a very tall guy.
No, he's
True.
about 5'7", 5'8".
And she's what, 5'4", I'm
Yeah.
guessing?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
So, but yeah, they had a really beautiful wedding. They officially got married.
So pretty.
And I'm sure we're going to be seeing this on our reality show. There's the other one, the group picture right there.
I just think
Very
that
intimate.
setting is so gorgeous.
It looks like a
Red.
backyard with a treehouse in the back. Gigantor.
Was Cena one of them?
I'm sure John was there as Nikki's. I don't know if he was a groomsman. I don't know if he was a groomsman because I don't know how close he is with Brian outside.
He's not. He's not in there.
But
I think you could.
You would be able to probably spot him.
Jacked up wrestler on the side.
Now, if there's a fantasy one day where John Cena and Nikki get married, if that ever happened one day, there's going to be at least 10 times as many people at that wedding.
because of the way they
It
are.
was really
Yeah.
smaller than I thought it would be, just by the looks of it.
Mm-hmm.
But
How high the ratings would be if Nikki and Cena suddenly got married, by the way. It's through the roof.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of stuff going on.
There was a bunch of other news and gossip happening in wrestling over the last, like 8-9 days involving the Divas. First off, WrestleMania came and went, where we announced on our last show that there was a 14 Diva cluster F of a match. However, they actually did a good job balancing it out. But in the end, when we're thinking, all right, all the Total Divas are in this and they're filming, someone's going to give, AJ actually retained the title. So she made Trinity submit. And then all of a sudden, the next night on Monday Night Raw, AJ Lee, after a 295-day reign as champion, lost the title to a 21-year-old from NXT making her in-ring debut named Paige, who was a phenomenal wrestler in NXT, and it's great that she's now up on the main roster. But I'm really curious to see if we're going to see a future episode of all of a sudden all the divas be like, wait, how did she just somehow get the title on her first day on the main roster while we're filming this reality show?
Well, here's the thing about Paige, though, is everyone has been waiting for her, and everyone's been wanting her to have that Divas Championship title. They've been wanting it.
A lot of people were thinking they were waiting for her to come up until she was 21. She hasn't been 21 for long.
And everyone's been happy with that. Well, a lot of people have been happy with that outcome.
Do you think she'll be on the show in the future?
I don't know if she'll be on Total Divas. She's actually very similar to Nattie, how her family's always been involved in wrestling. Paige has been wrestling since she was around 12 or 13 years old in England. And then a couple years ago got the developmental deal down in NXT and has been training, you know, the thing that Eva Marie supposedly does too. And
I like Eva.
And now,
I like Eva this
I do.
And now she's the Divas champion. And in the midst of all of this as well, I don't know if WWE was doing a storyline over Twitter or if this legitimately happened over Twitter and then WWE adjusted it in their storyline. But Fandango and Summer Rae are no more.
No?
Really?
There was some type of, like, on the tweets, pretty much of Fandango, like, dumping her over Twitter.
That's funny.
Now, I don't know
Who's the new
who knows
Summer
what
Rae?
the storyline will be, but now, this past Friday on WWE SmackDown, Fandango came out to the ring with WWE diva Layla, who's been in the WWE for actually many years. She's actually the oldest diva on the roster. She's 36, and she's a former Miami Heat dancer. That was her job before she became a WWE diva.
Ooh, okay.
By the way, they keep mentioning this, and I've always wanted to mention that I'm surprised that Nattie and Summer are just 1 year apart.
In age?
Yeah, Summer
Really?
Rae. Yeah, Summer Rae is 30 and Nattie is 31.
I would have never.
Right?
I always
Yeah.
thought Nattie was way older than
Older.
Summer
Isn't
Rae.
that a shock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. So, yeah, and now the curiosity is, okay, so what are they doing with Summer Rae? Because now, storyline-wise, I guess she's not with Fandango?
I think it's gonna.
Question mark?
I think it's gonna elevate her somehow. I think that's what they're trying to go for.
This is helping elevate Layla, too. Actually, we were talking earlier about the injuries. Layla, about maybe a little over a year ago, tore her ACL and was gone forever, and then was healthy and back and ready to go, but they didn't put her on TV for a few months because we have nothing for you. Then they were just kind of starting to just sprinkle her in because it's like, okay, well, we got to do something for you. They had her in that big Divas match at
Right.
WrestleMania, and now it's just like, oh, we got an idea. You can dance. Let's do this. Maybe now to help elevate her, and then maybe, hopefully, that elevates Summer Rae in a different aspect as well.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, guys. Prediction time. Oh, did you have more?
No, that was...
You like mouth like blank.
My mouth was I was going blank because like, what do we predict on a reality show?
Well,
I never understand what we predict
we
on
can
these
talk
things.
about. We're definitely gonna see the Trinity and John wedding,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's something we're excited
I'm excited
about.
for that.
Looked pretty. Also.
And Eva Marie has some down there problems, is what I wrote. She has problems down there that might prevent her.
Down where?
Oh, from having babies.
Yes.
Yeah, that just like triggered.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what?
I'm kind of worried about her. I
Yeah.
hope it's okay.
Well, that with all the slamming and like everything that goes on with wrestling, I feel like is that uncommon?
Well, I think it just depends. You're talking about how she may not be able to have
Kids,
yeah.
Well, I think with any athlete too, when your body fat gets to a certain level, when you are fit, beyond fit, sometimes you just lose your menstrual cycle, and then you can't have a kid.
Yeah.
So if we want to go into details, but
Nah. No,
I
we
think
don't.
we'll save it.
We don't have to.
We'll find out. And Christian might not be here next episode.
I might take next week.
Perfect
I
timing.
might take next Monday off so they can discuss that.
All right, guys. So in the meantime, where can everyone follow you to keep the conversation going? Sorry over there.
You could find me on Twitter at CRosieVOC, and then you could check me out here as I host The Voice AfterBuzz as well as Friday Night SmackDown.
You can find me at CharlotteB_TV. I just changed it, so I'm like, what?
So,
on Twitter and Instagram.
You sure this time? That's the
100%.
one.
This is
Okay.
the one. It's not changed.
All right.
You can find me on Twitter at Danielle Elise P and on Instagram at Danielle Pascente.
And you can follow me on Instagram as well as Twitter at KAORIOUS. You can follow the whole entire crew here at AfterBuzz TV. We'll catch you guys next week for some more Total Divas. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.